distinguished participants, it's a great pleasure for me to attend this summit, and I'd like to thank once again the Croatian government for providing such an important platform where we can exchange our views on building a better European future for all our citizens. It has been 20 years ago that Southeast European countries entered in a new period of change, the era of transition and consolidation of democracy, freedom, rule of law, market economy, and the respect for human rights. Today, we feel proud of what has been achieved. Most of the countries are members of EU and NATO, and the rest are on the way too. The region has changed, and so have our societies. In this transformation and transition process, it is of paramount importance that the Euro-Atlantic perspective of our countries continues to be high in the European agenda, and the doors of the European Union remain open. I take this opportunity to thank very much our colleague Martonyi for his presidency and for establishing the Western Balkans as one of his priorities. And I would like to quote what he said, what his presidency said in the end, that the accession of the Western Balkans is not the extension of EU borders, but rather the inclusion of a region surrounded by EU members. I like it very much, and I have to mention it today. And I'm fully confident that the Polish presidency will continue along the same lines and will keep Balkans in its agenda as well. Western Balkans have made a considerable and tangible progress. We have been following with sympathy and appreciation all the achievements of Croatia, and we congratulate you, dear Gordon, for ending the negotiations and getting a date to join the EU. We also commend Montenegro for the candidate status they achieved last year, and we notice with sympathy the progress made by Macedonia, by Serbia, whom we would have liked to have around this table, also Bosnia and Herzegovina and Kosovo. Albania is an important part of this stream of progress towards European Union. The European Commission has commended Albania for the positive track report in fulfilling the Stabilization Association requirement. Recently, you might have heard some noises of what has been happening in Albania, but for one thing I can assure you, that the last electoral process has been fully transparent and in compliance with existing laws of Albania, and has not impacted at all the stability and the progress of our society. And second, we also want to state today that we need to improve the laws. We have to go and fully endorse the concept which was presented by Madam Ashton in the last meeting in Vilnius, that we have to also see the deep democracy. That is, we have to respect all the institutions, to strengthen all the institutions, the judiciary, the civil society, and so on and so forth. And this said, we need in Albania to move ahead with our electoral reform, implementing the OECD recommendations and integrating the advice of the Venice Commission. Elections, as I said, are a fundamental pillar of democracy, and so we have to continue also with strengthening other pillars of democracy, economy being one of them. Albania has achieved remarkable progress as far as the economy is concerned. It has a growth last year of 4.1%, and the prospect of this year are looking better. We can even achieve a 5% growth. The number of tourists last year was 10 times higher than that of 5 or 6 years ago. Inflation did not exceed 3%. Our exports increased by 60%, and the bank deposits are 80% higher than a year ago. Which means that all are sound indicators of macroeconomic stability. We believe that an essential element of EU aspiration is a contribution to the regional stability and cooperation. Much is done in harmonizing Albania's national efforts into regional programs. The assistance of EU has always been very valuable in this respect, but I would also like to express my highest appreciation to the United States and to Mr. Burns, who took some pride in Croatia's success, and I would like to assure him and the United States that Albania, they should also take some pride in Albania, what Albania has achieved, because they continue with their assistance, they continue with the assistance of Albania to become a EU member country. However, new challenges lie ahead, and we have to face them in an all-inclusive and very active manner. Here are a few of the challenges. First, that the region should move as a whole towards European Union, so we should have no black holes. Second, we should establish a functioning CEFTA, building a regionally integrated infrastructure in a common, is also a common challenge for our region. We would like to see a region where roads and energy networks are well integrated and coordinated, where the goods, capitals, and people move without barriers. Great progress we have achieved in moving the people freely in the region with their IDs, but we have to take some more concrete steps in order to create a free trade area. And as we speak, in Albania, we are trying to remove all the custom barriers with Kosovo, and we'll do the same with Macedonia and Montenegro. As another challenge, I would fully agree with what Mr. Jan Fischer said yesterday, that education is also a common challenge of the region. More university and academia exchanges, more reciprocal recognition of diplomas, revision of textbooks that teach to the new generations the common values of the European future rather than conflicts of the past. The region is cooperating in pure security endeavors. Joint medical team in Afghanistan, soon joint contribution in the police school under the Croatian leadership. Now the region is part of the international endeavors to help our North African friends complete their own transition. Albania, as from the Vilnius meeting last week, is a member of the International Task Force for Tunisia. And today I have discussed with Minister Zurinda on the modalities, how to make our contribution more effective. And to conclude, and to respect what Gordon said, to keep to the 5 minutes, I'd like to say that the region is moving in the right direction, and all we have to do is to address all the remaining challenges. But we need more optimism and more enthusiasm in doing this, and I'm quite sure that our European friends and we as a region will provide that for each other. Thank you for your attention.